Hello, good day, guys. My name is Nick, technical analyst with Zitradex, and today we're looking at the analysis on the currency pair crude oil futures. And first, we'll be talking about fundamentals before we move right down to technicals, which will be purely what we'll be seeing on the chart. Now we can say that BCA macro quant model is flashing amber, but not yet red for crude oil futures. We're expecting more and more upside because oil price is flat as tariff jitters wait, but we still need much more impetus for weekly gains following fundamental news events. Oil prices has moved little in Asian trade on today, Friday, as US President Donald Trump has outlined tariffs against a slew of countries, ramping up concerns over their potential impact on oil demand. But the crude prices are still set for gains this week, having benefited from threats of even stricter US sanctions on Russia oil. And we are still weak economic data from China and strength in the dollar limited oil weekly advance. So oil heads for a weekly gain on tighter supplies. We are having a look at Brent and WTI futures. We're trading up between 4.8% and 6% this week, having surged in the first half of the week as the US threatened tighter sanctions against Russia. We have Washington threatening to impose tariffs as high as 100% on the biggest buyers of Russian oil, which is China and India, while also slapping the latter with a 25% tariff over its ties with Moscow. Now we're expecting a push up to a very important resistance at 69.979, and this might give us a much more bigger upside to the 69.979 zones, which we are expecting at least 100 pip move from this point, of course, which is good money. It might extend to a new high at the 70 axis, and we are hoping this happens. But first, to understand the move of the market, we need to mark out our important support zones and resistance zones at that. So the first support at 68.074 and an expected escalation to 70 zones, which of course at this point should be giving nothing less than 50 pips to 100 pips, of course, which is good money. And that's our technical analysis on today's futures, crude oil futures, WTI oil. I remain your host, Nick. Bye for now.